I have been depressed and stuck in my hometown for 5 years working a job I hate and being around the same people every day. I was longing for a change, but my job wasn't making it possible for that. It wasn't until September 2022 when I decided I had nothing to lose and try this stuff out again. I had come across some comment that just made it all click for me. It was that you should not manifest with the goal to have it out in the 3D. The only goal should be to have it in your imagination. Manifestation is not this: visualize and affirm equals get my desire in 3D equals be happy in 3D. Manifestation instead is this: visualize equals get my desire in imagination equals be happy in imagination equals byproduct, appears in 3D as a cherry on top. That was the turning point for me. I thought to myself, okay, well, I can do that. If I want a new place, all I have to do is close my eyes and experience it. Okay. If I want a relationship, all I have to do is imagine and feel it. Seems easy enough. And it kind of was. I was shocked at how quickly results came in. 2 months, I moved to the exact city I wanted in an amazing apartment and working the exact job I want. Higher pay and hybrid too. The thing that helped me was to realize that we are never chasing anything tangible. Think about it: would having your desire, whether it be new house or relationship, etc., without any feelings do anything for you? Of course not. At the end of the day, it's just a person or a house. You want the things you want because of how it will make you feel. Because of who you are when you have these things. You want to become that person and feel the things that person would feel. You can all generate a feeling. Pretty soon it became pretty easy for me to not care at all about the 3D because I realized I'm the source of all these feelings I want to feel. If it was triggering in any way, something that helped me was repeating to myself, this is just the past. This is literally a product of your inner world. It's a mirror. You're living in the past. Imagination is present. I read another comment that also helped out, which was to pretend like the 3D is a movie you're watching that you already know the end to. Why get triggered by it when you already know what happens? Just sit back and watch it. Another thing that really helped me is honestly just having fun with my visualizations. I see so many people swear to only have one scene and stick to it. I didn't do any of that. Nor did I do SATs. I kept falling asleep, and on the nights that I did get it to work, I had really disturbing dreams. I just stuck to daytime visualizations and they were never viewed as work. It was my refuge. When the 3D got too real, I closed my eyes and reminded myself what real really is. I tried not to get too hung up on what happens out here, since I know it holds zero weight. I am the creator. This outer world is my creation. The 3D is literally just responding to who I identify with. Choose to identify with the inner man and not fall back into old habits. Just wanted to go into more detail about imagination being my refuge. For some people, as it was for me, the 3D was just a lot some days. So while it is fun to visualize, I also just needed changes to happen. The way I got through that is literally using my inner world as my safe space. My world. Nobody else can touch it. I choose what happens here and the outer world doesn't exist. It was so comforting that it could never feel like work. I think that was one of the keys to my success and turning point for me mentally. Accepting my inner world as more real than this 3D byproduct world. Accept it and see your 3D change. Not that it would matter much at that point, you already gave yourself what you wanted in your own world. I just wanted to state that I didn't do any other techniques. I'm not saying they're not useful to others. But you really have to be careful to not get wrapped up with thinking that techniques manifest. They do not. They can only help. They're not magic. Believe me, I did everything under the sun. I did the writing method where I affirmed on paper 33 times every day. I wrote in a gratitude journal daily. I listened to YouTube manifestation tapes while asleep in an effort to impress my subconscious, you name it. I saw zero improvements. And it's because I was missing the whole point. I was looking for something outside of myself to fix my life, whether it be the universe or God or whatever else. My imagination is the only thing that holds the key, and I have complete control and power over that. The second you accept you are the operating power, everything else changes. You don't need 100 different techniques. I didn't even do a mental diet. I just had an understanding of what my inner world can do.